that should upload in no time, dude. That was the shortest podcast ever.
Hey, how's it going? This is Rebo Cam.
Hey, this is Audio to the Eyeballs.
And yeah, we kind of screwed up. We already did this once.
Yeah, we had a little glitch in the matrix.
Had our it was my fault. I had everything like muted. Jesus. What a dumbass.
It's all good.
Anyways, so this is episode 2 of the Beers, Gears, and Ideas podcast.
Episode 2. We made it. Episode 2.
We did.
Yeah.
A golf clap. Yeah. Oh my God. So let's go back over this. You know, we were talking about how long week. It was a long week. It was a crazy friggin' week.
Like I said, super glad it's over. I've felt like I've worked forever all week.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday I was like, oh thank God. I was like, I can go home and have a couple days off and not have to think about work at all. You know, so that was nice.
Yeah, for me, Wednesday, it was like, oh, sweet, it's not Thursday. God damn it, it's Wednesday. It was not cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we were talking while my microphone was muted and we have to redo this stuff, but a lot of you guys might not know that we're both from Maine, so we were just dealing with the mass shooting and all that stuff. And I was just saying Audio that they did find the guy. He offed himself in the woods.
Yeah, typical of somebody like that, to do, because they just, they can't face anybody or know they're going to prison, so they just end up shooting themselves. And I figured they would never find him, but apparently you just told me they did. So. Yeah,
and it would have been nice if you just would have done that in the first place.
Yeah, off yourself and not a bunch of other people. Jesus.
Yep.
I don't. Yeah. But I'm glad it's over. Now my kids can be safe going to school, and it's just.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to go see somebody like that. I wanted to go see the Five Nights at Freddy's movie this weekend, and all the theaters were closed because everybody was afraid. Like shit. Well, now they should be reopened. So.
Yeah, both my kids.
It's horrible.
One of them had school today. Either one of my kids had school today.
No, mine didn't either. Mine didn't either.
I'm glad they did that. It's being safe and it's keeping people safe, but it's like, wow, scary that we have to do that.
It really is, yeah.
But okay, with that aside,
all right, episode 2. We're going to talk about musical influences, right?
Yes, whatever that may be. There's going to be. I'm kind of excited for this because this is a subject that could go anywhere. It could go in many different directions.
It's going to.
Yeah, I'm sure it will.
It's going to.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
So definitely that's what we're in store for today. So yes, thank you all for listening because it's gonna be a journey. Definitely, it's gonna be a journey.
And thanks for listening. Now that I have everything unmuted, I can't believe I did that. Dude, and it was going so smooth too. It was like, it was
flowing.
Like, this is nice. Got this good flow going, and and then I looked at the. It's like, why is it gray? That doesn't make any sense. It's muted.
That means no audio
to the eyeballs. Damn it!
I'm still going back to last week's episode. I've received a few comments about the whole origin of my name video that was in the last podcast. I've heard a couple things about it. People were like, I'd love that that's documented for people to know where that came from. I was like, isn't that great?
It was
it's
so
one of those
cool.
Things you never capture. You never capture something like that.
Going through the videos, when I found that, I was like, oh yeah. Oh, I gotta fucking play this. That's perfect.
Yeah. That was super funny. A couple of people said, I love that. I'm like, thank you, because I love it too. I think it's funny.
And we had so much fun doing those videos. It sucks that we couldn't do anything with them, but as you can tell by the video quality, all you could hear is the fans.
I've also received a couple people that have been like, I've never tried VR before, and after our last episode, they're like, I need to try one of these now. Because you guys made it sound so exciting.
Oh, it's awesome. It is awesome.
My friend there, my old drummer there, Gary, he was like, I can't believe how much fun you guys make it sound. He goes, I never had an interest before, and now I do. I'm like, well, at least you got something
Well,
out of it.
I think some VR company should sponsor us just for that video.
Hey, we got you a customer. He is going to go buy a headset.
Yeah,
probably this week because of the podcast.
So we should get some free headsets shipped to us.
Right.
For testing purposes, right? We could
promotional testing purposes.
That's the gears part of the gears and ideas, right? We need gears.
Absolutely.
And of course, we can't have just one headset. No, we need two. Come on now.
You got to have shootouts.
The multiplayer, right?
All
right, we're getting off subject here.
Well, speaking of that, we said the beers part, which is leading us to our next subject of this podcast.
Is the beers. So this was your choice. You did this one.
Yes, this is my choice this week. Yes,
and I've apologized for my choice last week because that was horrible.
Oh, that was interesting.
So what do we got here? We got.
So we got the.
Can we focus in on that? I don't even know.
Oh,
it's
I
so
think
bright.
It's too white.
It is.
Oh wow!
Jesus. All right. Well, it's Maine Beer Company.
Yep.
And it's called Lunch.
Lunch. Yes. How delicious does that sound? Lunch. Everybody likes lunch.
Now, do they make like dinner and breakfast and dessert?
I think they actually do have other ones called dinner or supper, and like breakfast and brunch, and
that'd be awesome.
But this is an India Pale Ale.
Yes,
India Pale Ale, just like the one we had the last.
Well, hopefully not like the one we had the last podcast.
I've heard great things about this one.
Can you?
I used to be a cashier. I used to be a cashier back in the day, and. You asked me if I can read this?
Yeah, I was trying to read the back, but holy shit. I am friggin' blind. I'm blind and deaf. Oh, man.
I can't see it because my lighting's too dark. We do this every time. We're not even going to try and read the bottles anymore.
I know.
We did this last time too.
You know what?
But it is a 7% alcohol by volume beer. So
we're going to get fucked up.
The last one we had was a 5.5.
Yeah.
So we'll see. So we're going to do this?
We're going to do this. Yeah, I'm going to open it up. I think it's a little, I'm doing it.
A little pop top.
Little poppy toppy.
If it's a twist off, I'm going to be very upset.
No, it's a poppy.
It is a pop.
It's a little flowery.
It doesn't smell as...
It's not as horrible.
Flowery as the last one, though.
Yeah, that was...
You're not going to sip it before you put it in the glass?
Nope, I'm not. I'm putting it in the glass. I'm going for it.
Oh, I got to go for the bottle, though.
Are you? All right. Ooh, that's a...
Here we go.
I know people are gonna make.
I'm gonna wait till you're done pouring, so I can.
People are gonna give me shit because I actually put the glass at an angle. You're not really supposed to do that. Yo, Sheep, what's up?
How you doing, Sheep? Glad to see you. All right, we ready for this?
Oh, I don't know. Cheers.
Going from the bottle, you're going from the glass.
All right, hang on. I'll.
All right.
Just, I don't know.
You ready?
It makes more sense. I can't know. Let's do it.
Okay. Here we go. Cheers. Ooh. It's not as rugged as the other one. It has I don't know, that's a smoother flavor than the Shipyard IPA.
It doesn't have that like aftertaste.
It's not as bitey as it was.
That lingering after flavor that was.
I got a feeling this is going to be way better in the glass, though. I think it's going to be better in the glass.
You have to put it in the glass at an angle. It's better. It is, but then I had heard that you're supposed to put it like, just pour it in so you get like super friggin' head. Huh?
Super head. I like that. Actually, I don't mind.
That's not horrible.
It's not horrible. No. It's hoppy, but it's not that bad. It's not really that bad. I've had a lot worse.
Yeah, I could do one of these. This isn't something that I'm going to go to a party and I'm going to drink these all night. No. But I can have
For the
one.
price of them? No. I'm not drinking
yeah.
those all night long. They're expensive up here in Maine. They are quite expensive for one
what
beer.
do we figure right around $8 for that bottle?
Yeah, $8, and it's a 16-ounce bottle.
Is that what it is? 16 ounce? Holy shit.
It's 16.
I don't know. Again, I can't read.
1 pint. 9 ounce.
It's
Sorry.
one pint.
That's a 9 ounce bottle. For
No,
$8.
1 pint's.
Get you real drunk. Yes, sir, sheep.
It's 1 pint, 0.9 fluid ounces. So it's over a pint, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's not
All
bad,
right.
though. I don't mind it. It's pretty good.
Drop a 4-pack of Ivy. Yeah, some of them I can. The IPAs, some of the.
Yeah, I don't delve into them very often because usually it's either they're too strong for me or they just don't taste good. Usually, on my end.
All right, quick little. I noticed the stream chat isn't popping up on there.
Oh, it is not popping up on the live stream.
I'm not sure why. Look at us go.
Is your chat box a hidden? This is all good stuff, though. I don't care if this is in the podcast because this is us troubleshooting.
It's troubleshooting. This
Anybody else who does this
out.
stuff knows what this is like. They know.
Yeah, it's all going to get edited.
It's popping up. You see it? There it is.
Oh, did it pop up?
Yeah.
Ah, there it goes. Oh, so when you first type, it pops up, but then it disappears. Okay.
Okay, you have
there
it set to not be display very long.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
I like
We're all
that.
Set. So
we're going into our musical influences today.
Yeah.
The question is, how do we transition into this musical influences? Like,
I don't know.
Do you want to go back to like the beginning of like when
we were talking, right? And like, let's do like top 5 musical influences.
Right. Yeah.
And then before the show started, you asked like, you got your top 5, and he's like, nope, I can't do it.
You can't pick a top 5.
I can't because I have so many different influences from different eras and different like because being a guitar player,
right?
So I have influences from other guitarists. I have influences from other like musicians, that influence me musically, just straight up musically, and then I have people that influenced me vocally,
right?
So to try to lump that into 5, like I just can't. I struggled.
Man. I came up with 5, but I struggled.
Did you?
To even
shit!
5. I was just going back to what I started listening to that even like made me like music at all. It was kind of like, well, what made me go, wow, what is that?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can remember that moment for you, or if it was like when you were a little kid.
Oh yeah.
That you heard something, or was it older? Like when you were older, did you get a bug? Like all of a sudden, like, oh, this is the greatest shit I've ever heard in my life.
I think for me it was I was pretty little.
Okay.
I think it was probably like Led Zeppelin.
Zeppelin,
like,
really?
Yeah, old like Zeppelin and shit. Like, oh, that's freaking awesome. And really, for that, at that time, it wasn't
the age on that one, bro.
Oh, jeez. Well, it was my older brother that was listening to it.
So
exactly. it wasn't me that was listening to it, but he was playing this stuff, and it's like, oh, what the hell is that? That's pretty cool. And at that time, it wasn't so much the guitar; it was more, for me, like I remember, like the drums and the vocals. So this
so you didn't notice the guitar; you noticed the drums and the vocals.
This was before I was a guitarist, so it was like, but that's what stuck out, like stood out for me. Like,
why do you think that was? Those two things stood out for you more because you weren't interested in the guitar, maybe.
I mean,
or do you want to be a drummer?
It was John Bonham. It was John Bonham. So he had these friggin' just this groove, this. I don't know what you'd want to call it, but just this. I don't know. It was like that. What the hell would you call that?
He had a panache.
Yeah, something like that. Isn't that a sandwich?
Is it? Isn't that no ganache? No, that's like I don't know, like a moose or something. But but I get that. Yeah, I never really got it. I think it's because of my age. You know, I'm younger than you a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think I really got into Led Zeppelin as much as I should have. You know, but
Yeah.
I appreciated them more as I got older. But
well,
yeah, I remember.
and that's the other thing too. Like, whenever I like mention Zeppelin to people, they're like, really? Like, no radio songs. The shit you hear on the radio, that's the shittiest Zeppelin tunes.
Right.
You got to listen to their other stuff. It's way better.
Yeah. So, some of the stuff I think you've shown me before, like stuff that I've never heard that might have been on a record or something. It's the stuff you skip over because it's not, like you said, not a radio tune.
Right.
And when you listen to it, it's like, wow, you never know really that was them.
Yeah. Yeah, they have some really
it didn't
dark
have
tunes.
The sound.
Yeah.
It didn't have the sound that you were used to. I should say used to, but people were accustomed to hearing because of being Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never got super into them. When I started getting into that kind of stuff, it was my sisters. Obviously, they're older than me. And I remember them playing stuff like
In Sync,
Motley Crue, and like, what did you say?
I was just kidding.
No, my older sister.
Oh yeah, the Crew. Oh Jesus, yeah.
She was playing, Motley Crue and Poison and Cinderella and Tesla, and I was like, who are these guys? And because at that time I was listening to like my mother's 8-tracks. Because I didn't know what, like Conway Twitty and stuff like that, like old country stuff, like Waylon Jennings, and I heard all that, and I was like, wow, what is this like crazy sound that I'm hearing, like distorted guitars and crazy,
awesome
vocals, and it was just really cool. So that was my first intro to like music that I guess would say influenced me, because I wasn't influenced by my mother's country music or anything like that. But that was definitely like the turning point for me. I was like, whoa, I gotta like steal these from my sister and listen to them like all the time. And I did, dude. Like, they're like, where's my Walkman? Where's my Poison tape? It's like in my pocket. I'm like walking down the street.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So on that, I mean, you did come up with a top 5, right?
I did, but it's all for.
Did you want to mention it or like any of them?
Not really.
No.
I mean, the only one I can say, like, if we're going into like being, guitar players at all, is I think the reason I wanted to play the guitar was from a video that I saw when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was 11 years old. I'll never forget it. Or was I 10 years old?
See, you already forgot it. No.
Metallica came on.
Oh,
MTV.
yes. Yep.
Metallica came on MTV, and it was the video for One.
Mm-hmm.
And I
remember like, when that came out.
What is that? I lost my mind. I was like, what are they doing? I'm like, it was black and white video, and they had long hair, and they looked badass. And I was like, so from that moment, I started growing my hair out, and I wanted that same guitar like Kurt Hammett played in the video. That's what I wanted. And I begged my mom for like a Stratocaster, and she's like, I can't afford a Stratocaster.
Yeah.
So she's like, she bought me a guitar out of like a Finger Hut catalog. I don't know how nationwide Finger Hut catalogs are, but it was a Harmony. It was like a Stratocaster copy, and I was just like, every day I wanted to be Kurt Hammett. So that was like my biggest influence. Like when I started, I was like, I gotta be him. I gotta be him.
Oh, and that's exactly what I was talking about. Like trying to come up with like the top 5 music influences. Like it depends on when you're talking, because when I was younger. Metallica.
That's kind of where I made my list
influence.
from. Sorry to cut you off, but that's where I made my list from. Was like, I'm thinking about sections of my life, like when I started, when I really got serious about it, when this person came in, and when this band came in. It's like, okay, that makes more sense to me. But I have too many favorite bands to be a top 5. No way. So, what about you? Like, did you have anybody that you remember like cued you to playing like an instrument? Like as soon as you heard it, you're like, I need to play an instrument because I heard this.
Oh, actually, it's really similar. Like Metallica, because I was listening to I was listening to early Metallica, Kill 'Em All, Master of Puppets, Ride the Lightning. That was like that. I did grow up with that. That was like, besides the Zeppelin that I heard from my brother and stuff. The Metallica part, that was my music, god damn it.
Yeah. It's like, I'm taking this with me. You can't have this.
Yeah. But then I got
that's kind of what's for me too, yeah.
I ended up like listening to all sorts of weird shit. I ended up going like Merciful Fate, King Diamond, which the guitar players in those bands were fucking amazing. So as a guitarist, it was influenced me a little bit, I guess. Right. I don't know, it's so hard to say. I'd have to say guitar wise, I'd have to say my biggest influences.
I know one.
I'd have to say Satriani, Vi,
there it is,
and Eric Johnson. Believe it or not,
the old G3.
Yeah, the original G3.
They're touring that again right now, but it's only coming to like certain places.
Yeah, that figures.
They did the original lineup though. I was like, no way.
Jesus.
I was super excited to see that. But those are all were on my top 5 too. Satriani, Vi, obviously on my top 5 that I made.
Yeah, and Stevie Ray Vaughan.
He never influenced me as much. I don't know if I just wasn't exposed to him. Like nobody played him when I was.
I played a few of his tunes, but I wasn't like I don't know. He influenced me to like start playing the blues, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I never did before. But then when I heard him playing, it was like, holy shit, this is awesome. Yeah. What the hell? Yeah. Especially, remember that Unplugged that he did? He was playing like some shit on a 12-string acoustic. I'm like, what?
I remember that. Yeah, that was cool. I do remember that. Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that was some cool stuff.
He was definitely.
I never got into him as much though.
No,
because it wasn't that nobody was playing him like guitar wise. Nobody that was hanging out with was listening to it, I guess. But I didn't hang out with a lot of people anyway as a child either. I was like kind of sheltered and I didn't really listen to stuff with people. I had my own kind of like Walkman in my ears and I would play what I liked, not what anybody else liked, so my influences were my own, really. I never
No, and that makes sense. Like even now that you mentioned that, like when I think back, I don't think anyone I knew was listening to Stevie Ray Vaughan. So I think that was just like my thing. Like whatever,
That was your guilty pleasure that you had by yourself.
It was, yeah.
Like nobody really needed to.
Holy shit! Like when I started playing guitar, years into it and stuff. Like I had a lot of guitar influences that were like off the wall influences.
I had super crazy different ones.
Like Stanley Jordan. Michael Hedges. Like a lot of people.
I didn't get into him until later in my playing, but I'm like, why didn't I know about him when I was younger? Because it's so inspiring. Especially his music is just so inspiring.
It really is. Yeah.
But
it was.
Yeah.
Or is.
Or was.
What would you say that? Was or is? It's still inspiring.
It still is. Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's still inspiring, yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, guitar wise, geez, I mean that's a long list. There's so many people that when you start playing, you're like, oh, I like this, and then you find out about somebody else, and you're like, wow, I really like that too. Yeah. Even though I didn't have the ability to play what they were doing.
Yeah,
I was like, I want to try and be that good someday. I want to try and be that, be able to play that.
Yeah,
and I don't think I've ever gotten there. To this day, it's like 30 years later, I still don't like.
What the fuck?
I'm like, I still don't play like that, But you're always your worst critic, right? You're always gonna be the guy that goes. But yeah, you mentioned like guys like Satriani and Vi. I mean, I remember when I first saw Vi, not saw him in person or anything, but I saw him in a book, and it was like, what's the name of that book? I still have it. Where is it? I think it was just called The Guitar Book. It was like a big encyclopedia of guitars.
Oh, I remember that.
It had like articles about every kind of guitar that comes out, electrics, acoustics, and stuff like that. All the famous guitars. And he was in there for his Passion and Warfare album. Yeah. And I never heard that album before.
Oh, that album was great.
Like, I think it came out in 93. I think I was 13 or 12 or something. I don't even know. But I was like, Mom. She's like, what? And I'm like, I need to go to the record store and buy this album. She's like, what album? I'm like, Steve Vai. She's like, who the hell is Steve Vai? And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you're gonna learn today. I'm gonna go get
Yeah.
it. You know?
Yeah, it's not like today you don't just jump on Spotify and fucking.
Yeah, there wasn't nothing like that. You had to go buy the CD, you know?
Right.
So I went and got it, and I'd never heard it. I just saw the album and heard about how great of a guitar player was, and I saw the Ibanez Gem with his monkey grip freaking handle in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've never seen a guitar like that before. What is that all about?
It's like, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, super awesome. Couldn't believe it. I was like, what? That's crazy looking. You know, it had the swirl paint job with like all the multicolors. And I put the album in. I'll never forget. I was like, I need to play like that one day. Or even try and do stuff like he's doing. Because it sounded otherworldly. I mean, that whole album was just like crazy.
Well, have you seen the size of his fingers? I think he's alien. I don't think.
Oh, I know. I shook his hand, man. His hand wrapped around mine twice.
Yeah, it's like his fingers like.
Yeah, it overlapped like it wrapped around like an ace bandage. Like I was like, what?
That's weird.
When's your finger
freakish.
stop?
He's a freakish dude.
I think I shook his hand and his fingertips touched my this part of my arm. You know, just like, hey, how you doing?
Wasn't creepy at all, right? Jesus.
I did. I squeezed his hand too hard and he yelled at me. That was the funny part. He's like, "Oh, easy there, guy. I got to play tonight." I was like, "I'm sorry. I got really excited. I squeezed your hand too hard. I squeezed your hand super hard. I'm sorry." Yeah, I almost broke his hand. Apparently, he was not happy. Well, never meet your idols. Usually, it becomes a mistake.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, come on, I got a fist bump from Yngwie Malmsteen. That's all he gave me was a.
Well, he's kind of an asshole, so
he is an ass. I'm sorry. He likes donuts too. Just in case he ever hears, you like donuts. Yngwie likes donuts.
You shouldn't say that to him, right?
I know. You know, you don't say. You don't ask him if he wants a donut.
No.
He's like, I don't want no fucking donuts.
No. You should ask him.
Yes. I want to next time I see him. If they ever do another Generation X tour, I'm going to be like, hey, you like donuts? He's probably going to kill me because he's like 6'5". He's like a giant dude.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Yeah. I look like a shrimp in the picture next to him. I'm just so small. But
actually, he was another influence too, guitar wise, for me.
Yeah, even though I couldn't play anything like him, I found his playing like otherworldly. You didn't hear anything like that. He was like mixing classical and like metal together, and it was weird.
Which I started learning classical music and stuff, which was like what the you started playing it, and when I was young, it's like, oh yeah, I want to learn classical, and I started learning classical pieces. Like no, like Yngwie stuff, not this. Yeah. What the fuck is it? No. Oh shit, this isn't what I was talking about at all.
It's like, I don't want to learn Fur Elise. I want to learn Far Beyond the Sun. What the fuck? Yeah, his playing, I didn't even know what I heard. Like I was like, is that classical? When I played his first Rising Force album, I was like, what is that?
Oh yeah.
It made no sense to my ears. I was like, I think it sounds like a violin or something.
Like, what? But
it was a guitar, and yeah, I still have never heard anything like that.
It's got to be the scallop fretboard. It's got to be.
It's got to be. I've never done that to one of my guitars, and I
had one. I had one that was done. It was all scalloped, and it was different. I kind of wish. I kind of wish I'd still had it.
I heard you have like maybe more control over the neck because it's scallop. I've never tried one.
No, just the feel is like it's weird. It's I don't know, like you don't, because when you when you're fretting stuff out, there's no resistance of a fretboard, so it's just the string on the fret. So it has a really weird feeling. I don't know how to explain it.
Like if it would feel like the string was floating.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
But how do you maintain control of the string if it feels
you can't push too hard because it makes it bend?
Yeah, you could literally probably kink the string if you push too hard.
Well, if you push hard, you can actually raise the fucking pitch of the note.
You're bending the whole neck. It's like wee wee.
Yeah, it's kind of a little weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like bending behind the nut almost.
Yeah, exactly.
That's yeah. I've never tried one. I've been curious for years on how they feel.
Yeah,
because I know Steve Vai. Matter of fact, we were talking about him, and he does that to his last four frets on his guitars.
He used to do it to his last 4 frets. I don't think they're
I don't think he does it
scalloped
now,
anymore.
actually.
No, like on the P. Was it the Pia? Is that the new one?
You don't do them on that, but I know his Evo.
I don't think that's. I don't think that one's done either. I think they stopped doing them on that. Yeah. I don't know. Do I have anything open that I can check that on?
Yeah, I thought he scalped the last like 4 or 5 frets of his guitars.
That's how it used to be, but I don't think they do it anymore.
Research.
No.
They don't have it.
No, they're not scalloped.
Interesting. Is it scalloped or is it scalloped?
Scalloped? I don't know.
Is scallop a Maine thing?
I guess it depends on what part of Maine you fucking live in. Is it scalloped or is it scalloped?
Because everywhere else I hear it's like scalloped. I'm like, scalloped?
Yeah. I'm gonna call it scalloped. That's gonna fuck everybody up. Scalloped. I got a scalloped fretboard.
I got a scalloped. It's
like,
loped. Scalloped. But
Jesus.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not like something fell behind me. That's why
I don't know.
Talking for a second.
The 7% is.
I'm getting a fuzz off it.
Yeah, you're not alone. Jesus.
Oh.
Fucking top this bitch off.
It's like I like having lunch. Good job, Maine Brewing Company.
Yeah, not bad.
It's not bad. Actually, I don't mind. Yeah, when I used to be a cashier, we sold a shit ton of that beer.
Really?
We used to have to limit people to 2 per person because there was so many people buying them.
Jesus Christ.
They come in like, oh, I want 4. It's like, you can't. You can buy 2 and go out the door and come back in and buy 2 more if you want.
Like $40. And get a 4-pack for $40.
Seriously. Is that bad? It's like only 2 per customer. Like,
Jesus.
what? People freak out. Oh, musical influences though. So, I mean,
yes.
Going back to that. Do you remember like one band that made you go, I should probably start a band like now, because I want to be like that. Was there a band all around that made you go, I need to do what exactly that band is doing besides Metallica? Because everybody was Metallica, but
I don't know. I'm trying to think. When I was younger and stuff, I was in a band. Like shit, I was in a band. I was like 15, right around there.
Yep.
And we were playing like, Black Sabbath and, doing like Deep Purple, Smoke in the Water. Who doesn't do Deep Purple, Smoke in the Water?
Everybody does it.
Yeah. And yeah, we did a bunch of stuff like that. And then once I really started getting into guitar, I totally stopped doing band stuff. Like I stopped playing in bands. And I was like, nope, I'm going to be an instrumentalist. That's what I'm going to do. I started listening to Satriani and Vine. I was like, this is what I'm going to do.
It's like, it's easier to do it by myself. Fuck it. I don't need anybody else.
Oh, yeah. And I ended up buying like recording stuff and drum machines. And somewhere I have like tapes of like some of the stuff that I wrote. And
I have it too somewhere. I don't know where they are, but I have somewhere. I was doing like, I used to record on, I had this like karaoke machine with like a dual tape deck.
Yeah.
And you could like record one side to the other side and then flip the tape and record. So I was doing like a 4-track recorder, but with like dual tape deck things. So I'd flip it, play the next recording, layer that over the next part, flip it over, do it on. And it would be layers and layers on one tape that had like, 16 tracks on it. It's like, what is that all about?
Yeah, but at the time, you know, you're sitting there going, "Yeah, I got a song," and then you know, if you were to listen to it now, because you put so many tracks on that small fucking cassette tape, it's like, you know, it's gonna be like,
oh yeah, it did not sound good. But at the time, it was like the greatest thing ever, because you're like, I fucking laid a track down, and I got the solo in there, and I got the drums, and
it's amazing. I'm so good.
I wish I could find that now. I wish I could find them, because I guarantee it'd be a definite laugh.
Yeah, I know where some of my tapes are. It's just I don't have a cassette player. Seriously, who has a cassette player anymore?
I got a couple.
Do you? Son of a bitch.
I got a couple Walkmans.
I'll have to borrow one.
I got a couple Walkmans.
There we go.
You just walking through Hannaford's, like jamming out to your like 12-year-old tunes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I thought they were good way back in the day, but you know, who the fuck knows? It's been a long time since I heard them.
You might hear them now and go, man, I'm a lot worse now than I was back then. What the fuck?
I can definitely tell you I'm a worse guitar player. Well, I don't know. That's hard to say too. Like, I was way faster and crazier, like, you know, when I was like 20.
Yeah, me too.
Like, some of the shit that I used to play was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, I remember hearing stuff that I recorded when I was a kid, when I started playing, not started, but like a year into it. And you realize how much faster and how much that you didn't give a shit what things sounded like. And sometimes it was brilliant sounding, because now when you play more and you start learning theory and learning how shit works.
Theory can totally fuck everything up.
Yeah, as soon as you start thinking about that, it makes your playing sound like you're
robotic. Like
you're thinking too much.
Yeah.
When you didn't know what you were doing, it's like, oh my god, I'm like Alan Holdsworth or something.
No, a great example of that is George Lynch is a great example of that. George Lynch used to be a fantastic fucking guitar player, and then he went to college to learn music, and then he came back and was like, what happened, dude? Now you're like a mediocre guitarist.
Yeah, you're playing before, like he had his own scales made up.
It was way better.
Yeah, he had his own weird scales and shit made up. You know, when he'd play, and it was like, what the hell is that? You know. Yeah. I remember, he went to go get like lessons or something, and all of a sudden he came back and was like, dude, now you're too regular. Like, what the fuck do you do here?
Go back to what you were doing.
I wish I could go back to that way of thinking.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't know as much as I know now.
Well, I just, you know, I keep like drinking beers like this, and I'm forgetting a lot of the stuff, so it's good. I'm kind of reverting back.
Time to record a solo right after you drink that beer. So just have lunch 4 times, and you feel set.
I'll rip out some really good shit.
How many times did you have lunch today? About 4. 4 times.
Yeah. Like second breakfast.
Right. 2 breakfasts and 2 lunch. That's what I do. Everybody's like, wow, this guy's extreme. They don't know you're talking about alcohol, but you're just talking about I had breakfast, lunch, and dinner before I even came into work today. What?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That's funny.
So where were we? All right. So, guitar influences and stuff. Yeah, there's just way too many to fucking list.
There's too many.
And you were talking about Yngwie Malmsteen, just the weird way he plays. Jakey Lee.
Underrated. Underrated.
Have you ever played like one of his solos, like tried to learn one of his solos and shit?
I think I tried to learn like Bark at the Moon or something.
Yeah, the stretches he does with his fingers, like, what? That makes no sense. Like, why are you doing... Yeah,
it's otherworldly shit. Like, some of it doesn't even. I couldn't wrap my head around, because I was wondering if like the tabs are wrong. They probably were wrong. The tabs were wrong.
Yeah, probably.
But it's like, how the hell is he getting some of those sounds that he was? It's like,
I don't know. Insane. It was so good. Like you said, totally underrated.
Totally underrated. He's still making albums. You know, if you ever heard anything new by him, it's great.
Really?
Oh yeah, he does. He has his own solo albums out and stuff that he's doing, and
No shit.
they're great. Yeah, it's one of those guys that just got tossed aside, and if he should have had way more of a. Because a lot of people don't even know that like there was a transition between like Randy Rhoads and Zach Wilde.
I know.
It's like no, there was other guys in there. You know? For people that don't know, yes, we're talking about the guitarist for Ozzy Osbourne, but it's like he was one of those guys that were just like insane, like Secret Loser that he did.
Yep.
One of my favorite songs. It was in my favorite movies too, The Wraith, with Charlie Sheen and Sharon
my God, yes.
I love that movie.
Wow.
I want that car. I've always wanted that car.
Holy shit! What was it like a Dodge Interceptor? Isn't that what it was called?
Turbo Interceptor.
Interceptor. Yeah.
And they only made one.
Really?
It was a pace car for the PPG Indy car race in 1986.
Jesus Christ!
And there's only one. It's in the Dodge. It's in the Detroit Audio Museum.
Really?
Yep. There's only one.
You said Audio Museum.
I'm sorry, Auto Museum. It's so close, auto.
Oh,
but
yeah,
it's in the
7%,
Detroit Auto
baby.
Museum.
Yeah.
But that movie, so good. But there's a racing scene in it where that song "Secret Loser" by Jakey Lee comes up.
Is it really? Now I'm gonna have to watch it again.
The guy, the bad guy Packard is driving that Corvette.
Yeah,
and he's trying to run this kid in a white Daytona off the road in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
And that song comes up. Yeah, that's the song that's playing.
No shit.
And that lead comes in that Jakey Lee plays, and it's like this whiny, screaming whammy bar type thing. I was like, what is he doing right there? He's playing like octaves, but he's like bending them and pulling the whammy bar back. And it's just stuff you don't really.
Yeah, he was fucking crazy. Crazy good.
Yeah, it's stuff you don't hear, you know.
Yeah, it's a lot of like Jason Becker.
Oh,
back in the day, you know, obviously, you know,
his stuff now is beautiful.
The stuff he's writing, yeah.
You know, he obviously, as you know, if people don't know, he was diagnosed with ALS in what 1990.
That was a long time ago. Yeah,
and he's still alive, which is fucking amazing for him because most people that get ALS do not live very long.
No,
and he's been alive for the last 40 years or you know 30-40 years he's survived with this disease, and he's still writing music with his eyes with a computer, and people are playing his stuff after he writes it, and I think that's a beautiful thing. I think it's, you know, he has people just interpreting for him.
It is such a shame because he was such an amazing guitar player.
Yeah,
like
one of my favorite things he ever released was everybody always says Perpetual Burn because that was his album.
Yeah, that was
fucking amazing. But he did he had the Raspberry Jams CD that he did, and it was all his demos.
Oh,
that he did while he was in David Lee Roth, and stuff he did when he was a kid, stuff he did when he started playing. And some of it's like, wow, you can tell he recorded it on a little like Fostex 4-track in his parents' living room. But it's brilliant. Just his ideas. He's just one of those gifted minds that just know what what is supposed, you know, what he knew how to play what he was thinking. That's what that's what I was trying to say. He could get his ideas out without having to think about it too much.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. Even when he was in Cacophony with like Marty Friedman. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah.
He was crazy good.
Yeah.
Playing a yo-yo and shit while he's like doing his solo and stuff.
Stupidly good.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the list goes on and on of just influences.
Well, and that's what I was saying, is like trying to come up with a top
We're gonna have
5.
to have a
it's
part
like
2.
Like I can't come up with a top 5. There's no way in hell.
I almost think part 3 might have to extend into part 2 of musical influences because it's one of those things that just keeps. Yeah, it's just too much to take in. There's just so much a story you could go into about, you know, even people that you played with. People you played with might be inspiring. People
that's true.
you know. Yeah,
Yeah, and I've had bands that have inspired me in like different ages. You know what I mean? Like different, I mean, Christ. Devin Townsend.
Oh, he was my number 2 on my top 5.
Was he? No
yes,
shit.
He was. He was my number 2 because I'm like, Devin, dude. Oh, another brilliant genius mind. The guy is.
Oh yeah.
He's a machine. The guy doesn't.
He has over 30 albums. It's insane.
Did you watch his recent podcast that he just put out on YouTube?
No, I didn't.
He talks about that. He's like, I have over 30 albums out.
Oh no! Shit. Yeah.
And he's like, from every. He just released it today, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
But he's like, I have albums ranging from any kind of music you could think of.
He does. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like his brain. I wish I had that kind of.
All he does is he writes. It's just constant.
Yeah.
He's either constant. Writing or he's touring, and when he's touring, he's writing. It's a non-stop. Like there's just constant fucking music flowing out of him. I
don't have that kind of discipline. I wish I had that.
I don't know if I want that. You know what I mean? Like, I want that. You know what I mean? Like that might be a little too much. I want that shutdown mode.
Yeah. Yeah, from what he says, like his mind is just work all the time.
Right.
That's all he cares about is like what the next project is and what the next album is, and it's like wow, it's like.
I mean, that's great. That's great.
I guess if that's your living and that's what you do, like you and I, obviously, we have day jobs. We don't have the time to sit there. We don't make money off anything else but our fucking day job.
Our work, yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's. If I had the luxury of being like, had the money to just sit there and write, I don't think I could still do it.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. Like, I don't know.
Could you do it even if you were rich? Could you sit there and go, I just have to write music all the time?
Yeah, probably not.
I don't think I could.
Would do well, I'm one of those, like, that my wife gives me shit all the time. My hobby is collecting hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
It's so, I would be doing like, I'd have a music studio.
I'm sorry, I almost spit my beer out on that one.
Video
like,
production
my hobby is
studio.
Collecting hobbies.
Yeah. So I'd be doing like whatever you could think of. Yeah. Maybe I'll try to like train elephants. I have no idea. If I was a millionaire, who the fuck knows? It would change all the time.
I have so many hobbies that I've never hobbied ever in my life. Yeah. Like I have so many painting kits and
fuck yeah.
Fushigi balls and magic kits, and I was like, I'm gonna do magic and I'm gonna do this and that. And it's like, I never did any of that, did I? Yeah.
Shit.
I almost bought a tattoo kit. I'm like, I'm never gonna tattoo anybody, but
I did do that. I did that for years. Actually, I tattooed a whole bunch of people and that.
I've drawn a bunch of Flash for people, but I've never tattooed anybody.
Yeah.
So I have people. My art's on people's bodies, but I've never done it personally. Which is a badass, totally off the wall subject, but that's badass to think about. Especially if it's something that you've done and they're permanently walking around the rest of their life.
Oh yeah.
Something that you made with your own hands. Yeah. It's like that's.
What's funny?
Amazing.
It's funny. Skibby is the one that got me into it.
Into what?
Tattooing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He had all the shit. His wife had all the shit. And he's like, no, come over and give me a tattoo. Like,
because he knew you like.
I was like, I don't fucking do tattoos. He's like, no, but he's like, you draw and no, this is before I was painting. He's like, you draw and stuff, and I know you can. It was like, so. Like, all right, I'll come over and
I'll come over and give you a tattoo.
Yeah.
How did it come out?
I don't remember.
He doesn't still have it. Obviously,
he still has it. I don't remember what his looked like, but
you don't remember what you did?
No. The same night though, I have one on my leg that I did that same night.
On yourself?
Oh yeah. Yeah, my whole leg is covered in tattoos that I did myself.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never seen you without pants on.
Well, yeah.
Give it time. Though.
Play your cards right.
Give it time. I was gonna say, yeah. We drink enough of these lunches. We'll cancel
yeah, no
coming
shit,
off.
right? I'll just make sure I shut the stream off.
Hey, if we go to PAX again, we'll just I'll entice you with a bag of Twizzlers, and I'll see you with.
I'll fucking pick up a fucking $20 piece of pizza. Be good. Now
one day, listeners, one day, people, we're gonna
yeah.
go into what that story means. We're gonna leave that as a cliffhanger right now.
Because there was a whole bunch of like
story.
That was good times.
That was good times, and it's funny when we talk about it. So I'm not even gonna go into it now because that's 3 hours.
That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother podcast.
If we go back to PAX, it's a good one to bring up.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get back there. I went one day last year, and it wasn't bad. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I was jealous that I wasn't there. But you went as a family.
It wasn't the same.
I totally understand.
I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't the same. Like Scotty and I were like, oh, sweet, all right. Let's go get a drink over at the fucking bar. Fucking right. We go over there. It's closed.
Like, yeah, you said shit was closed down and stuff. It's like, that's not
what
the experience is supposed to be.
No, Jesus. You got to walk around PAX with a, nice buzz. I mean, what the hell?
Oh, yeah, when I went with you guys, oh, what a blast.
Yeah, we had a good time. Really good time.
Let's go find out if that bar is open, and it wasn't open yet, so we went to that one on the side.
Yes,
the really ritzy bar on the side,
Yeah.
We're gonna go over there and just have, and they're like, "What do you want?" We're like, Bud Lights. They're like, "Okay."
Like, really?
We're like, "Keep them coming." They're like, "Okay." It's just like, that's funny.
It was fun.
That guy was so like proper about his like being a waiter, and he was just like, "Okay, you guys don't want no food? No, we don't want no fucking food. Just bring us beer.
We want beer."
We are touring the floors of PAX right now. We don't need any food.
We need hydration, which dehydrates us. That's what we do.
Then how excited we were when the actual place we were excited to go, the bar we were going to go to opened.
Oh, it was fantastic.
It was like, nice.
Yeah, at the West End.
Because your friend knew that he knew the waitress or the head
we've
waitress.
Been going there.
And it was, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got wined and dined that day.
Oh, yeah, there was one time fun. We went there. And somebody had reserved the table. Somebody reserved the table. You went there. Somebody had reserved the table, and she's like, "No, you guys can have this." And she took the reservation fucking thing right off. It's like, "No, you guys can sit here." It's like,
yeah, I remember looking over, and I was like, "Really, you have that much pull?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I have that much pull." Yeah, she moved. She would fucking move mountains for that dude, man. She was like, "Yep." It's like, wow.
Like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's the ponytail.
I got this. Yeah, it's the ponytail. Yeah. Oh, it was so much fun though. Yeah.
All right, we totally got off topic.
It's okay. I mean,
it is.
We're just having fun, so it's
It's true.
Isn't that what podcasts are supposed to be about? You don't have to stick.
I think it's more just a conversation.
We covered the basis. Right? We covered what we came here to talk about. And
we did.
We can always go back into musical influences on another one. It's okay. But it's okay.
It's okay.
It's all right. But
no, I will say, like, over the years, though, like, I've had different influences. Mm-hmm. Like, as I've gotten older or just, listening to different stuff. I mean, like, Christ, I've had, like, influences from, like, when I started Metallica, Megadeth, Testament. Testament was another one. Holy shit. Love Testament.
Yeah, huge. Yeah.
And then as I get older, it's like Joe Bonamassa. And it's like, really?
Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. Isn't it weird how you almost start going like backwards, because you're like, I've listened to the extreme of the extreme, and then you start going backwards and trying to go, let's slow down a little bit.
Right. But I mean, Jesus, Joe Bonamassa's fucking phenomenal. He's crazy good. Holy shit. When I saw him live,
he has that whole blend of just blues, but like rock metal edge.
Yeah, it's weird. Really good. Really good.
Yeah, Yeah, I love his stuff. I have a few DVDs by him, but he's so good.
You listen to like stuff like Winery Dogs. You listen to them.
Oh yeah,
fucking Richie Kotzen and Sarah, like
that's Mike Portnoy, right?
Yeah, playing drums. Yeah.
Yeah, he went back to Dream Theater.
He did. I just heard that. Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm going now. That's steering me off on the thing. I don't know why they did that. I know people wanted it from Portnoy to go back to Dream Theater, but I don't know. I'm not making assumptions, but I'm like, is that a cash grab? Is that them trying to?
I think it's more of like a, hey, we got the original lineup now.
Yeah, but there was nothing wrong with Mike Mangini in that band.
No,
he was
fuck
doing
no. Mike Mangini's
stellar
phenomenal
job.
Yeah. Yep.
He did an album or two with him. They won a Grammy with the album that he played with him on.
Oh yeah.
And all of a sudden he's out of the band and he's like, "Oh, I understand. I was always just a hired gun." I'm like, I feel bad for him a little bit because I think he maybe he might have found a home in a band, and all of a sudden it's like, "Nope, you didn't." As soon as Mike Portnoy said he's coming back, it's like
it was like Jason Newsted.
Yeah. I think if Jason Newsted said he was coming back to Metallica, they would kick fucking Robert Trujillo. I guarantee they would.
I don't know, dude. I don't think they ever liked Jason Newsted. The shit
they did, but they just gave him shit because he joined right after Cliff died.
They destroyed an entire album. I mean, it's still one of my favorite albums, but there's no bass in it. And Justice for All.
Well, they said the reason the unwritten reason they said they did that
because they didn't want him in there.
Well, they didn't want him in there because of Cliff. They're like, "Oh, Cliff's our bassist. We don't want to give you any pull in this band."
It's like
so they took him out of the mix.
Then why did you hire me?
I don't think they could deal with it because they were just so drunk at the time. I don't even think they realized.
Oh, Jesus! I'm hitting my stuff.
I don't even think they realized they had a bass player. They were probably just so fucking hammered they didn't even know what the hell's going on. So I think he got shafted in that album.
Yeah,
because in the Black Album, he's fucking prominent as hell.
Yeah,
and I think
he's a good bass player.
I think they ignored him for that album because of Cliff. I honestly do. But if you go on like YouTube and you listen to like people's like renditions of it with the bass in it, wow.
Oh yeah.
Have you listened to those?
Oh shit, I haven't listened to them, but I'm sure they're like amazing.
Not his bass, like people play the whole
the bass line.
But it's like in there, like people are playing his bass parts and mixing it and remastering it. It's like that's how the album should have sounded.
Yeah.
Because when you hear that like blackened when it kicks in and there's a bass in it.
Like, what?
It's like, holy shit, it's like it'll kick you right in the nuts. It's like, holy fuck, that's badass sounding. It should have sounded like that, but that's the only version I listen to now too, is the one that's remastered by somebody else.
No shit.
Like, I hate the original one. I can't listen to it. It's just too woofy and sounds like there's no bass, which there
isn't.
But, yeah, I mean, yeah,
that's
on crazy. And on. List goes on and on. It's just ridiculous.
It really does. Like, I'm sure there's there's so many different bands that.
Yeah. We haven't even gotten into Tool or anything like that.
No, well, exactly. And that's like, that for me would be more of the, like I was saying, like I'd have to split it up. That would be more vocally, like anything that Maynard did.
Yes.
Was a huge inspiration for me, like vocally.
Yes.
Vocally, I'd have to Maynard. Believe it or not, Queensryche, Jeff Tate. Holy fuck!
Yeah.
I love the way that
A little Silent Lucidity.
Yeah, well, not that song so much, but if you go into like Rage for Order,
Eyes
like
of a
the old,
Stranger.
Shit, yeah, hell yeah, Operation Mindcrime, awesome album.
I love Operation Live Crime, personally. I like the live album. So good. That's one of my favorite albums ever.
Well, the first time I saw Queensryche, it was they just released the Empire album, and Silent Lucidity was huge. And I went and saw them.
Was it like 91?
Oh, God. It had to have been 90.
91, right?
91, somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, it was like that.
Yeah, because it was suicidal
right
tendencies.
in the beginning of the 90s. Yeah.
Suicidal tendencies opened up for him. Like,
that was probably the institutionalized tour.
It's like you're having suicidal tendencies open up for Queensryche. That's a little fucking
all I want
weird.
Was a Pepsi.
Yeah.
Just one Pepsi.
Yeah. Oh fuck
That's
yeah.
all I want.
and so we're expecting. They just released Empire.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna hear a whole bunch of fucking Empire tunes, and they came out and it's like they said we never did a tour for Operation Mindcrime. So this is going to be Operation Mindcrime. They had the 3 big screens, and it was the whole fucking album. It was like, this is fucking awesome. I wasn't expecting that at all. It was amazing.
Yeah, because I remember Ross Halflin, the guy who does all the cinematography and photos for Metallica. He did the DVD for them, or VHS at the time, of that Operation Live Crime thing. It was like, what the fuck? Like, they had like the video clips playing, and
so the Live Crime must have been like what I saw.
It was Operation Live Crime. Yeah, that's when they probably, you might have saw it when they first thought of the idea. I don't know, but yeah, they went on a whole tour of arenas just with Operation Live Crime, which was just the whole album front to back. Like,
that's what they did.
Have you never seen that video?
No, but I guarantee that's what it was. Because when we went
on YouTube, look it up. Yeah, Operation Live Crime.
We were expecting Empire. Yeah, and there was no Empire. We didn't get that at all. It was 100%
that
fucking.
album
It was like
sick though.
Wow, yeah, it blew my fucking mind. I was like super stoked that's what they did. And
Eyes of a Stranger, though, what a good fucking song. That's such a good song. Eyes of a Stranger. So
yeah, it is. Yeah.
It just drives. It's like one of those driving tunes that just like, what the fuck? That's so good.
And the vocals are like,
yeah.
Holy shit.
He still sings all right.
Oh, yeah. Even though he gets all coked up and threatens to stab people. But whatever, to each his own.
Well, he sounds better than Axl does right now, because Axl sounds like Herbert the Pervert.
He
does sound like Herbert.
He sounds a lot better than fucking Vince Neil, though.
Sweet Jasmine. Look at that whistle.
You got Vince Neil with the
it sounds like somebody stepped on a cat's tail. What makes me laugh is that they're getting full price for tickets for this shit.
It's stupid, and people are going there. They have to be like fucking completely cocked out of their minds. Like, yeah, this is awesome. I'm gonna
sing a song for you, Sweet Jasmine. It's like, what the hell? I'd be pissed. It's like a bad cover band. Just fucking trying to
He has the same hairdo as my grandmother. It's so weird.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a mullet that got hacked. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that, but
yeah. Shit. But the worst part is, it's like, bands now suck.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you gotta fucking bring back the oldies, I guess, because...
I mean, there's nothing right now that I can think of that stands out.
No.
To me.
No.
I'm like, I fucking love this band right now. I don't have any like that.
No, and like I say to my kid's 16 years old, and he's friggin' listening to all this shit, and it's like you do realize that no one is gonna remember this band.
Right. They're not going to have any longevity whatsoever. There's nothing that's going to...
No. And now we're starting to listen to fucking, bands like, oh, God damn it. Deftones.
Yeah.
Korn.
Yeah.
He's listening to the shit that...
That's what I mean. You have to go back to those kind of times to appreciate music, because there is nothing out right now that makes you go, oh my God, this is amazing.
No. There really isn't.
The only person that's going to be remembered from this day and age is Taylor Swift. I'm sorry, I said it last in the podcast. Last podcast too was Taylor Swift.
I almost
doing
vomited.
it again.
I almost vomited.
I'm doing it again, but that bitch has longevity. She's just going to be around forever.
It's a good thing.
She's like the Dolly Parton of fucking my mother's time.
It's a good thing she has hundreds of people to write her music.
Exactly. You know, I'm talking about artists that have any staying power. There's not a lot. There's nobody.
Well, there's no artists that actually have music fucking ability. Like, I mean, seriously, like
even the bands that do that are fucking great. I'm not going to really mention a lot of them, but because it's just
there's very few.
Me and Rebel start arguing. No.
Look, AC/DC sucks. Just deal with it.
They do suck. I hate AC/DC, but I mean, if I could make a band out of every chord that my band name says, it's like if I can A, C, and D. Well,
there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, put an E minor in there every now and then. But yeah, it's just there's nothing I've heard lately that makes me want to go. I got to go see that band.
No,
haven't seen one like that.
Nope.
I got tickets in a couple weeks to go see Tool. Fucking super excited about it. That's a huge influential band right there, Tool. I love them.
Yep.
I don't play any of their shit. I don't. I love listening to it though, and it gives me ideas, but I don't play any of their stuff.
Yeah. We were doing
you do play that.
Well, we were going to do a Tool cover band for a while. So, we learned a lot of fucking Tool tunes.
Yeah.
And I love Tool. Which I didn't like Tool when they first came out. Right. And again, Gibby dragged me. He goes, "Hey, I bought you a ticket to go see Tool in Bangor."
Yeah.
Like what? He's like, no, we're going to see Tool. Like, all right, whatever. So I fucking saw him live. This was 96, 90, 95, 96, somewhere in that. I think
was that the Anemia album?
It was. Anima just come in.
Anima? Is it Anemia or is it Anima?
Anima. It's pronounced
Are you
Anima.
sure?
I'm 100% sure.
I thought it was Anemia.
No. They pronounce it with an like an anima. Not anima, but anima.
What does that word even mean? What does anima mean?
It's made up. I don't really think it's an actual word.
I think it means. I thought it was.
All I know is I'm looking at this fucking spider crawling across my wall over here. He's like creeping towards me.
I hate spiders. I fucking hate spiders. Better keep it away from me.
It's fucking creeping towards me. That's a motherfucking Black Widow. No. All right, I gotta kill this. I'm not killing a spider at all. No, I love.
Nope, he's not.
No, I was just helping him cross the wall. Jesus Christ. Camera freeze.
No. I'm reading the description of the Tool album to figure out how to say this. It's bothering me. So it says the song and the album have different pronunciations. The album is pronounced enema, like flushing your pooper. So it's pronounced enema.
No, who said that? Who said that though?
This is Tool saying this. This is Maynard saying this.
Okay, because I heard it was anima.
The song is pronounced anima.
Oh, all right. You know, you can't spell
the album is called Enema.
Same way and expect pronunciation to be different.
Yes.
What are we in
the
China?
Album is Enema.
Are we in
That's so weird. Anima, enema. So the song is anima, but the album's enema. So weird.
Stupid. Anyways.
Oh. So yeah, I mean, geez, do we want to keep going? Do we want to end it? What do you want to do?
It's like fucking creeping up on creeping Jesus time.
Okay. We can let it go.
I don't know. Let's just flow with it. I mean, I'm gonna edit it and put it on whatever anyway. So I don't know. What? Yeah. So like for me, vocally,
yeah,
influence definitely Tool. So like I said, definitely Queensryche.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't sing a lot. I know you do, but I've never really been a singer per se. And when I do sing, I don't know if I've ever tried to not try to, but that's a wrong choice of words. I never tried to make myself sound like somebody else or anything like that. It was just like trying to get the range that somebody had, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
My vocal influence is a bad example, and I don't even know if I want to say it, but it's funny, and I'm going to say it anyway. With Scott Stapp from Creed. I'm sorry. Look, I just get a smile from Reb. He doesn't even. For people who can't hear that, can't see this. No, I really, for some reason,
you know what? It's only silent because I was trying to think of some lyrics from some of their songs. Because when we used to play out, when we used to play out all its friggin' time, everybody's like, "Oh my god, you sound just like Scott Stapp!" Like, you fucking assholes.
Yeah,
they say that about me. They're like,
I've heard it too. Yeah. I went into a karaoke bar and I started singing. They're like, "Man, you sound like Creed," and I was like, "Fuck off, dude." And I started being known as the Creed guy.
You know, Creed guy.
It's like, hey, it's the Creed guy. I'm like, and they put it on the screen. It's Creed guy.
It's because you did when you were singing. You're like, her. If you do anything, her. Oh, it's Creed.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, but even Pearl Jam does a her.
Apparently, I just had arms wide open for everything I sang. Like I was deep throating the microphone. But yeah.
Oh shit.
But yeah, I never had a lot of influences for singers. I think that was the only one that made me go, hey, if that guy can sing like that, maybe I can. Yeah.
I can do this.
I don't know if that was a compliment on his part, but it was just like, I think I could sing like that.
Yeah. Shit.
But yeah, I mean, I heard so many bands that like they weren't that great, and people think they're amazing.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna name one band that people love, and I'm throwing this band under the bus is Nirvana.
Oh well, you're not alone there. Yeah.
Granted, I like some of their tunes. I'm not against their music, but I don't see the craze that came about it. I have no idea why it was a big thing when it came out. It was like, yeah, it's noisy. It was fucking didn't make any sense. It was like, why is this so popular? And why did it kill everything that everybody loved before then too?
Well, it absolutely destroyed like hair metal.
It destroyed the whole, the whole fucking legion of fans were just dead.
Yeah.
Because of that. Don't get me wrong, though. Same amount of time, same time frame, I should say.
Yeah.
Like Pearl Jam was out. Soundgarden was out too.
And I think
I love those guys.
Right. That's what pissed me off with this is the only thing that pissed me off with like Nirvana. Like I didn't listen to Nirvana only because of what people were saying about Nirvana.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, these guys, they came out with the Seattle grunge thing, and it was like, you do realize, like, I've been listening to Soundgarden, I've been listening to Alice in Chains, these guys have been doing this.
They didn't come up with shit. Alice in Chains was way out before.
It's like, I'm sorry, but they were doing this shit before Nirvana.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like,
they get all the credit for it.
They get 100% credit for this shit. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, that's the thing sense. That was the thing that irritated me.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. They got way too much recognition for what they did because There was so many other bands reinventing the wheel and that sound before they even came along.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and they blew up huge, even probably bigger than all these other bands. You know, they were all about the same, maybe, but
they did at the time, but now, well, he died, so
yeah. Seems like bands get bigger when they die, though, for some fucking goddamn reason.
I don't know. I mean, and that brings up another fucking thing. Like, you think about like that whole scene. The only one still alive from that scene is Eddie Vedder.
Yeah.
Well, Pearl Jam.
They're all dead.
Pearl Jam, all of Pearl Jam, the whole band is still alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
we look at all those vocalists, Stone Temple Pilots, all of them, they're all dead.
They're all dead. They all died.
Wow. I never really looked at it that way. You actually think about, wow, they're all dead except for him.
Eddie Vedder's the only one that's... And if you start looking into Eddie Vedder, like, he's done like so much music for movies. Like, he has acoustic albums.
Oh yeah, he does a lot of shit. He's kind of like
it's like
he's kind of like the Chris Christopherson of metal of like grunge music.
It's true, but yeah.
You got that joke, huh? You got the joke, though. You got the joke. Okay.
Like, holy shit, really?
Yeah, he's making.
You went there. You did that. Yeah. That's awesome.
That was clever. I can't believe I came up with
that. It was great.
But yeah, I never thought of it like that. Everybody's gone besides fucking him and that whole band.
Yep.
Wow.
It's sad.
Shit.
It's
yeah, because they're all the same age. They're all fucking, it goes to show what kind of choices people made in life.
It's true.
You know, or whatever.
Obviously, Eddie Vedder made the right one.
Was going. Even though I thought he would be the crazy motherfucker that would.
Yeah, that's the way he portrayed himself. Yeah.
Just even the videos that Pearl Jam put out, I'm like, dude, this guy's a nutcase, dude.
Yeah.
I thought he was like either a huge drug addict or he was just fucking completely insane. But he seems to be more with it than he acts like, I guess. But he's still being a businessman and touring and stuff. So he's got something figured out.
Yeah. Yeah, but could you imagine being him? Because I mean, shit, he was friends with all these guys.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm by myself. I have no friends left.
Like, shit, I'm here all by my lonesome.
Yeah, every vocalist he's ever known is dead.
Maybe I'm tainted. Maybe it's me.
Yeah, even fucking the dude from like Blind Melon, that dude. He was around the same time. He died. Fucking
Shannon something. Shannon.
Yeah, Shannon. Yeah, Shannon. No, I almost said Shannon Larkin, but that's the guy from fucking Seven Dust, right?
No, I think that's his name, right?
Shannon Larkin.
Must be. Yeah, the guys from Seven Dust is. Yeah. Oh my god. Let me see.
Isn't it Shannon? Isn't there a Shannon?
No, there's no Shannon. No, you have a John. You have a Vinny.
Morgan.
That's
what I'm thinking of. Morgan. Shannon Morgan. I was going by girls' names.
Yeah, that makes
Morgan's a guy's name too, but I always associate with a female. I don't know. Sorry, I'm not trying to offend anybody when I said that. I'm not trying to offend anybody.
Don't worry, we'll edit it out.
Oh man, I gotta pee again.
Yeah, I don't know. Should we just shut this thing down?
Do we want to sign off? I mean, I don't know what we want to do.
We could just go for hours with this shit. That's the problem.
I know. It's just going to keep going. Maybe we should just extend into a part 2 for next time. Let's just let it go on next time. People want to interested, we'll pick it up next time. We'll talk about fucking the same,
I don't know. Yeah. It's just go forever. This musical influences I
could constantly keep talking about it. That's why I'm like, what do we do? That's why I was going to pee, because I'm like, I can come back and keep talking, but we're going to have a 4-hour podcast.
Exactly. Like, no, we'll just cut it off here, and then we'll chat afterwards.
Yeah. All right, we're going to cut right here because nobody's watching anyway.
I think we are.
So we're gonna cut right here. Like, hold on. Or act like we're not recording because nobody's watching. I don't think anyway. Right? Nobody's on there.
I don't think. I think it's just us.
Yeah, it's just us. Okay, so we're gonna act like we are not talking right now and just be like, let's come back in and be like, hey, let's fucking. I don't know where we stopped talking though. That's the question I'm confused
about. All right. We'll just go with the flow.
Trying to figure out where the edit would be, where we're just gonna like finish it off. Just like where we're gonna end it. Like we're naturally coming in and we're just ending a conversation. Where it would be a smooth edit.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm just trying to figure out how to do that.
Even if it isn't a smooth edit, whatever. You make it kind of just go, it's good. There we go. That's a smooth edit right there. But
no, but there is so many influences that we could go over. I mean, we'd be here all night if we kept trying to do it, So I think it's a great spot to end this episode of the podcast. I think we've gone over a bunch of cool stuff. We've really covered a lot of bases, and I've had a great time talking to you about it.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, where do you go with it? Yeah, we could spend hours. We could spend days talking about influence. So, we'll just call it.
We're going to call it good for this episode. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But, I had a great time talking to you about this. I was so excited for this episode because I know we have so much to talk about it. And I'm sure in the future, you and I will go back into
we'll be doing
this subject again deeper, and I know it, and I know.
And if anybody has any ideas for like, what do you want to see us like talk about? Throw it in comments, throw it in friggin' just let us, let us know what you think we should do.
I know we got a lot of friends in the Discord. I know I got people that follow me on Facebook. Yeah, if you have any ideas, just definitely let us know. Just type in like, hey, we'd like to see you guys talk about this, even if it's a subject we don't know about. I would love to
just check it out and just
research it. Maybe we'll figure out something we have no idea. Maybe we never heard of it before.
Ooh, sweet.
I don't know, but it could be a cool subject for the podcast. So I'm definitely cool with that idea.
Yeah, and you can find me at RebMoCam anywhere. Doesn't matter. All social media. All there I am. I don't know about you.
Same with me. Audio to the eyeball. Same with me. Everywhere you can. Anywhere social media exists, I'm there. You just search that name, you're going to find me.
Fantastic. So, so how do we do this? We're just going to sign out of here and just, sign
it off.
We got to come up with like some kind of spiel. Everybody always fucking sits there and goes, hey, if you like this shit, make sure you follow. Right?
We should say that. If you do like it, if you're watching this on YouTube, everybody says it, but hey,
follow,
hit the subscribe if you want to see us come up. If you want us to pop up, if you want to, follow us on Twitch, you can follow us on BGI Pods on Twitch.
It's going to be great because we have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah.
So just join the ride. Just be like, what the fuck are these guys doing? We don't know.
Every time we do this, it's just going to be a great time. Yeah, it's just going to be, you never know what's going to happen. So, yeah. But thank you guys so much for watching. Reb, you want to sign us off?
You just said my line, though. Thank you so much for watching.
And
until next time.
Can I do it?
You can do it. You do it. Yeah.
Hey, guys. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, see ya.